This is Biden HQ, the official digital rapid response channel of the Biden-Harris campaign. Over the last couple of weeks, the White House, Democrats, and media pundits have been up in arms about cheap fake videos and misinformation. But when it comes to the absolute lies coming from the Biden campaign, crickets. Trump says, "We have the dumbest leadership in the world. He literally told us to inject bleach." Show me the exact clip where Trump literally told everyone to inject bleach, and I will delete my YouTube channel. Oh wait. Yeah, don't bother looking for it. Trump never said it. Trump VP contender J.D. Vance praises Trump for calling neo-Nazis and white supremacists in Charlottesville very fine people, saying Trump had courage for saying it. And that's a lie. We all know what Trump actually said.
And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly.
And nearly 7 years later, Democrats and much of the media are still pushing the Charlottesville hoax. It's vile and insidious.
The right-wing critics of the president have a credibility problem because of the fact checkers have repeatedly caught them pushing misinformation, disinformation, and it's in bad faith. That's what I'm saying. What they're doing is pure bad faith, and it's been fact-checked.
The lack of self-awareness is staggering because no one acts in bad faith more than Joe Biden and Joe Biden's campaign team. So on June 20th, Biden HQ put out a 2.5-minute montage of Donald Trump supposedly getting confused, lost, wandering off, and waving to nobody. And if you follow me on X, and why wouldn't you, you'll have seen my tweet not only promising to debunk this Biden HQ video montage on my channel, but I also vowed to go scorched earth on these liars and do everything in my power to hold them to account for their slanderous garbage between now and the election. So if you're on X, please make sure that you're following me, or you're gonna miss out. First, they showed President Trump with the president of Argentina. The way Biden HQ is trying to frame it is that Trump abruptly walked away, and that President Macri was trying to get him to come back, and that maybe this man was chasing after Trump or something. However, this doesn't hold up under any scrutiny. First of all, each world leader attending the G20 would enter from the left of the screen, stand for a photo op with Macri, and then exit to the right. Trump was the final world leader to be greeted, and like everyone else, he entered from the left, posed for the photo, and exited to the right. So why would Macri gesture to Trump as he walked away? Well, he didn't. The reality is that Macri was gesturing to his team to get everyone ready to get back onto the stage for the G20 family photo. So the Biden campaign are taking a clip out of context and claiming that Donald Trump wandered off and that a world leader tried to get his attention. Ironically, there is a real unaltered clip of Joe Biden at the G7 wandering off, forcing a world leader to run and grab Biden's attention. But sure, Trump's the problem. Next is this clip of Donald Trump at the Coca-Cola 600, where I guess the claim is that he's waving to nobody. Gee, if only we could figure out who he was waving to. The world may never know. And then they show this video of Trump walking out of Trump Tower, supposedly waving to no one. I guess the people hooting and hollering weren't there or something? But at the same time, the Biden campaign will claim that this clip of Biden trying to shake hands with no one is a cheap fake. Next is this clip from Trump's Fox Town Hall in Iowa, where Biden's campaign team claims that Donald Trump appears lost.
We'll do it again. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
Gee, why would they make such an abrupt edit? I mean, if Trump was lost and confused, then why wouldn't you just let the clip play out?
Thank you very much. Hi, Brett.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Thanks for coming with me.
Welcome, Mr. President. Great to see you.
So A, by Karine Jean-Pierre's standard, Biden HQ's edit would be considered a cheap fake created to mislead.
Cheap fakes and misinformation.
And B, if you want to talk about someone looking lost and confused, well, here's Joe Biden recently freezing up on stage for 8 seconds. Next, Biden HQ shows 2 clips claiming that Trump was confused and lost when he gave remarks on 2 separate occasions and neglected to sign an executive order.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Were you trying to tell the Justice Department to grant immunity to Michael Flynn?
Thank you, President.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
So to recap, Trump finished his remarks and left the room. And Mike Pence is like, you didn't sign the executive order. And Trump was like, whatever, I'll sign it later. And then he told Pence to grab the executive order off of his desk. But then, 7 months later, President Trump did it again.
Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President, you need to sign it.
I'm only signing it because it costs nothing.
And that last one was objectively a lighthearted moment. And forgetting to sign an EO, you can't honestly chalk it up to a mental issue. I mean, if the same thing happened to Joe Biden, I personally wouldn't be screaming to invoke the 25th Amendment.
I forgot I didn't sign the order. All that talk and no action.
The next clip featured in Biden HQ's fake montage is this video of Trump exiting Air Force One at Joint Base Andrews. No relation. So Biden HQ wants you to believe that Trump is so stupid that he didn't see the limo right in front of him and that he was walking into the void of the tarmac. And of course, at the time, TDS Twitter went wild over this clip. This is scary. Trump exits Air Force One, misses limo, which is parked right in front of his nose. I swear to God, Trump is sundowning. Here he is confused, wandering away from his limo. He had to be redirected. Hashtag 25th Amendment now. Watch. Please RT if you agree his cabinet must invoke the 25th Amendment to remove real Donald Trump ASAP. Hashtag 25th the 45th. But it turns out that Trump was walking toward a second limo before he was redirected by his team. And if you look carefully, the door to that limo was open, and that probably gave Trump a reason to walk over to it. Now, if you want to see actual confusion, here's Joe Biden back in August 2021. After Biden was returning to the White House from his weekly vacation in Delaware, Secret Service pointed to where Biden should go, and he just kept going and going and going. For comparison, President Trump is capable of understanding and following directions, and Joe Biden isn't. Sad, really. This next clip implies that Trump wandered off during a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and that he had somehow forgotten to shake his hand. Let's watch. The latest in Donald Trump's handshaking shaming of world leaders. Second time's a charm. Trump shakes hands with Netanyahu after failed first attempt. But what the far left rag from Israel and the Russian state-owned news agency both failed to mention is that literally 3 seconds before this moment, Trump and Netanyahu were shaking hands. Not to mention that they had already stood and shaken hands for the camera before sitting down and starting their meeting. But if Biden HQ wants to talk about someone actually forgetting to shake a world leader's hand, look no further than resident Joe Biden. At the end of an event with the president of Brazil, Biden shakes hands with this labor leader and then forgets to shake Lula's hand, and then walks the wrong way off the stage. And in case you missed the best part, just watch President Lula's face and body language. Like most of America, you can see he's over it too. And finally, Biden HQ implies that Trump was supposed to leave his position during a ceremony and wasn't paying attention. And that's where the cheap fake video abruptly ends. But of course, it's missing some very, very important context. And when you find out what that context is, it's gonna piss you off. Trump was walking over to whatever was happening here. And what was happening here exactly? Well, it turns out that they were walking over to this man, Army Captain Louis Avila, who was part of the ceremony. Because it had been raining, Captain Avila's wheelchair was having difficulty getting over a set of wires in the wet grass where he was supposed to position himself in front of the area where Trump was standing. In other words, Trump, along with Defense Secretary Esper and VP Mike Pence, showed their concern for Captain Avila and left their positions to see if they could help. Wow, what a scandal. And once they figured it out, President Trump walked back to his spot at the ceremony to listen to Captain Avila sing God Bless America.
God bless America, my home sweet home.
Now, how many times have you heard from Joe Biden that President Trump hates veterans? Well, we all know that every word that comes out of the resident's mouth is a lie. And just when you think the Biden campaign couldn't go any lower, they took a moment where President Trump showed empathy and twisted it to make it look like Trump was lost and confused. The Biden campaign are sick people, and you don't hate them enough. Anyway, do not forget to follow me on X at Don't Walk Run and watch me go after these liars pretty hard. And as always, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. If there is a next time.